From villages to a legend, Rome began as a cluster of villages on 7 hills near the Tiber River. Over centuries, this small settlement grew into one of the most powerful empires in history. Its story mixes myth, ambition, and reality. The Romans themselves believed they were destined for greatness. Their journey from obscurity to empire shaped the Western world. 2. Early foundations, myth and reality. Legend says twins. Romulus and Remus founded the city in 753 BCE. Romulus became the first king after killing his brother. Archaeology, however, shows that different Italic tribes and Etruscans contributed to early Rome. Greek culture also influenced Roman religion and art. Rome's beginnings were humble but diverse. 3. Birth of the Republic, a political experiment. In the late 6th century BCE, Romans rejected monarchy and created a republic. Power lay with elected magistrates and the Senate. Citizens gained rights through assemblies, but the elites still dominated politics. This system allowed Rome to expand without a king. The republic's strength lay in flexibility and law. 4. Social struggles of the republic. The republic was marked by class conflict between patricians and plebeians. Plebeians demanded fairer treatment, winning reforms over time. New offices like the tribune of the plebs protected common people. These struggles tested Roman politics but also strengthened it. Balance between classes kept Rome stable for centuries. 5. Expansion through conflict. The Punic Wars. Rome's greatest rival was Carthage, a powerful trading empire. The Punic Wars were long and brutal, lasting over a century. Hannibal nearly destroyed Rome by invading Italy with elephants. Yet Rome adapted and eventually won decisive battles. By 146 BCE, Carthage was destroyed and Rome ruled the West. 6th conquests in the East. After Carthage, Rome turned eastward to Greece and Asia Minor. Victories brought wealth, art, and culture into Roman life. Greek philosophy and literature deeply influenced Roman elites. But with this wealth came greed and corruption. Rome became richer, but its old republican values began to weaken. 7. Wealth and inequality. New tensions. As Rome expanded, inequality grew worse. Rich landowners took land from small farmers. Many peasants moved to cities where jobs were scarce. Veterans demanded land but were often ignored. Social unrest and poverty spread across the republic. Expansion brought power, but it also brought instability. 8. Rise of powerful generals. Ambitious generals like Marius and Sulla began to dominate politics. They built armies loyal to them instead of the state. Civil wars erupted as generals fought for control of Rome. Traditional republican rules collapsed under violence. Military power now outweighed political law. 9. Civil wars and Caesar's rise. Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, gained fame in Gaul. In 49 BCE, he crossed the Rubicon, declaring war on the Senate. Victorious, he became dictator and reformed the calendar. But senators feared he wanted to be king. In 44 BCE, Caesar was assassinated, plunging Rome into chaos again. 10. Transformation into empire. Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, rose after years of civil war. In 27 BCE, he took the title Augustus, the first emperor. Augustus balanced tradition with absolute power. He claimed to restore the republic but held supreme authority. With him, Rome officially transformed into an empire. 11th. Achievements of the empire. The Roman Empire reached its peak under the Pax Romana. Roads, aqueducts, and cities connected people across 3 continents. Roman law unified diverse provinces under common rule. Trade flourished, spreading goods and ideas. Architecture and engineering left monuments that still stand today. 12. Daily life in the Roman world. Ordinary Romans lived in bustling cities filled with markets and baths. Gladiator games entertained crowds in amphitheaters. Public forums were centers of politics and debate. Wealthy citizens enjoyed villas and education. Despite inequalities, Roman urban life was vibrant and dynamic. 13. The crisis of the 3rd century. In the 3rd century CE, Rome faced a severe crisis. Plagues, invasions, and economic collapse weakened the empire. Dozens of emperors rose and fell in quick succession. The military drained resources and loyalty declined. Rome survived, but only by dividing administration into East and West. 14. Invasions and decline of the West. Barbarian tribes like the Visigoths and Vandals pushed into Roman lands. In 410 CE, Rome was sacked for the first time in centuries. The empire struggled to defend its borders. The eastern half in Constantinople remained strong, but the western half weakened beyond repair. 15. The fall and legacy of Rome. In 476 CE, Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor in the West, was deposed. Historians call this the fall of Rome. Yet Rome's culture lived on in language, law, and Christianity. Medieval Europe was built on Roman foundations. Rome fell politically, but its legacy shaped the world forever. 16. The strength of the Eastern Empire. While the West collapsed, the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium, thrived. Constantinople became a center of wealth, culture, and trade. It preserved Roman laws and Christian traditions. Byzantine emperors saw themselves as true heirs of Rome. This empire endured for 1,000 years after the West's fall. 17th Roman influence on law and governance. Roman law became the backbone of legal systems in Europe. Concepts like contracts, property rights, and citizenship survived centuries. Even modern democratic ideals echo Roman assemblies and senates. Rome proved that organized law could unite diverse peoples. Its governance model influenced nations long after. 18. Roman contributions to language. Latin, the language of Rome, became the root of Romance languages like Spanish, French, and Italian. For centuries, Latin was the language of scholars, priests, and governments. It unified Europe culturally long after Rome's fall. Even today, Latin terms fill law, science, and medicine. 19. The role of Christianity in Rome's legacy. Christianity spread across the empire during the later century. Once persecuted, it became Rome's official religion under Constantine. Churches replaced temples, and bishops gained authority. Christianity carried Roman culture. 20. Rome's impact on architecture. Roman engineering transformed the ancient world. They perfected the arch, dome, and concrete, allowing massive buildings to stand for centuries. Aqueducts carried fresh water to cities, improving health and sanitation. Amphitheaters like the Colosseum became symbols of imperial grandeur. Even today, modern architecture echoes Roman design. 21st, the Roman military tradition. The Roman army was the backbone of the empire. Discipline, training, and organization made legions nearly unstoppable. Soldiers built roads, forts, and bridges while expanding Rome's borders. Service in the army gave men honor and citizenship. The military legacy influenced later European powers for centuries. 22nd Roman economy and trade. The empire's economy thrived on agriculture, mining, and long-distance trade. Goods like olive oil, wine, and grain moved across the Mediterranean. Roman coins circulated widely, uniting distant provinces. Trade routes linked Rome with Africa, Asia, and even India. This vast network made Rome a true global power of its time. 23rd, decline as a warning for the future. Rome's decline is a lesson for later civilization. Internal corruption, economic strain, and political division weakened its unity. Over-reliance on the military and inequality drained its strength. Rome reminds us that no empire is immune to collapse. Stability requires justice, balance, and wise leadership. 24. Rome's eternal legacy. Despite its fall, Rome remains alive in culture, law, language, and ideals. Its monuments inspire millions of visitors each year. Roman philosophy, literature, and governance echo in classrooms and parliaments. Christianity, born in the empire, shaped global faith. Truly, Rome is not just history, it is eternal influence. 25. Outro. Lessons from Rome. Rome's history is more than battles and emperors. It shows how ambition builds greatness, but also how greed and inequality cause decline. Empires may rise and fall, but ideas outlast rulers. Roads, laws, and languages built by Rome still guide us today. Rome's legacy proves history always speaks to the present.